What up, AKB Farrar. So by the title of this video, you probably know what we're going to be talking about. So before we really get into anything or my thoughts, I just wanted to say that this isn't really supposed to start any crap or really anything. It's just my thoughts because of like the latest music videos that have come out that are Japanese. And I figured I have a camera, might as well just to let you guys know what my thoughts are and see what you guys think. So yeah, what we're going to be talking about is Japanese copyright laws, but more specifically how it really affects reacting and how it goes to reactors in general. So for those of you that don't know, the reason why a lot of reactors don't react to any Japanese songs that Korean groups release is because the copyright laws in Japan differ than that in Korea in such that they're more strict, where if you do react, you can either get a strike on your channel and have the video blocked out completely. So it's not even worth it because you won't even be able to share it with anybody, and you have the risk of losing your channel and losing everything that you've built up and, you know, your whole fan base and everybody watching you. And this really sucks because it's too risky. Like with a lot of Korean music videos, you don't have to worry about that. The worst that happens is that, yeah, everybody knows that you're using the song, that's hence the reaction, and you're watching the video of it, but you still are able to post it and sort of spread, you know, your thoughts and have your community grow, as well as the music videos community or that group's community, without worrying about being blocked or having a copyright strike on your channel. This sucks because there's some really great songs by Korean groups that are in Japanese, but you just can't react to them because it's like, well, why would I even risk it? These are songs from groups like EXO, BTS, and SHINee, along with all the other K-pop groups that do have debuts in Japan as well. And this sort of sparked from listening to Blood, Sweat, and Tears Japanese version and reacting to it, as well as a bunch of other reactors reacting to it, but having to cut up the video in such a way where it's less time, or, you know, overlaying the Korean version of the song on top of it so they don't have to worry about any sort of copyright strikes, which really sucks because we can't hear or we can't share the original version. Now, we were lucky in the regard with Blood, Sweat, and Tears because since it was the Japanese version of the Korean song, you could just overlay the Korean one and it wouldn't be that big of a deal because it follows the same structure. Now, if a group did release a unique song in Japan, you're really kind of screwed because you don't really have any audio to overlay and you have to cut your reaction, which is like the whole meat of the reaction videos. So I was trying to figure out how deep and detailed the Japanese copyright laws are, and my god, they are very, very complicated, and there is a lot of them. And this is just sourcing from Wikipedia, which is probably a dumbed down version. So I understand that it's a deep issue, and it's not like the Japanese companies can all of a sudden just stop worrying about reactors and like remove the copyright laws for just reacting. They probably have an algorithm that does it in the first place for the you know, what sorts out what is copywritten and how it affects the channel that is posting the intellectual property of Japan.
Who are these? There's the reactors? Since they're reacting to our video, we're just gonna automatically turn it off.
It don't work that way. So I understand that it's not easy. It's not like they can just magically remove the copyright laws and they're like, everything's fine now just for you guys, but you know, we're gonna personally filter out for all of these reactors, big or small, if they're reacting properly or if they're just posting a duplicate of our music video and not giving us credit. And it's like, well, that sucks. So they have full freedom to do whatever they want, but I still think it's detrimental to just the whole community of just music listeners, and how being too strict on the copyright isn't good for just the even the groups. And like I said, they can do what they want. They're a huge company, so they probably know better than I, and probably have some legacy laws that would need to be changed in the first place, which is more, you know, work than really matters to them. But it stops growth. And that's, I think, one of the first things to like really think about is, so you have these people listening to these songs, which is great. And the thing is some of these music videos, they get real intricate with their stories that you just want to talk about it. You want to hear what other people have to say. You want to see how other people react to just watching it. Just, you know, almost as if you were giving a gift to somebody and you just want to see the reaction when they open the present. And the fact that we can't do that with Japanese songs really sucks because it sort of stifles that emotional response that, you know, people watching the videos get, and it makes it harder to discuss in terms of, you know, if you do watch someone who does react and you want to be like, oh, I want to know what they think of this one music video, and you even think about posting it as a suggestion, 9 times out of 10 they won't do it because it's just not worth the risk. So you're losing that sort of exposure and that almost that culture around that single music video, let alone group. You start to have people talking about the video. I love watching other reactors react to certain songs just because I like to hear their take on it and just see how they approach it. And then it makes me think even more and want to talk about it with you guys. And I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one who does that too. I also think it cuts exposure because there may be some subscribers who have subscribed to you because you reacted to a certain group, but they just like watching you and they're entertained from you, that they'll watch anything you put out. So if you put out a group that they've never heard of and decide to react to, and they see it and they like it, then that's another fan for that group, and then maybe they'll want to go dig deep and find out what else that group has done, and then talk about it with their friends who are also into that music, and just kind of start this whole, you know, snowball effect of getting new fans. Like, let's take a step back, not even Korean copyright or Korean music videos. If Japanese music videos had the same copyright laws or copyright, I guess, permissions as Korean ones did, you'd have more music videos being reacted to. I guarantee it. I would react to more Japanese music, and some of you guys who may not know certain groups would end up watching them and maybe like them. And it just kind of gives more exposure to the groups, which I think in the end of the day is like the best thing. Not to be limited to a certain country or a certain audience, but really spread the whole view of and the popularity of a band. Like, who doesn't like that? That's just benefiting everybody. It baffles me when it's just an outright block. Like, it's just completely an outright block, and I really don't understand it, because if you look at how Korea does it, is they'll leave the videos up, but the money that they get goes straight back to the company. And it's not like they're losing out on any money either, because if they do flag your video as copyright, what'll end up happening is they'll take the money. The Korean companies who are in charge will actually take the monetized values that you get from the ads displayed on that video, and you know, it'll rightfully go to them. It won't go to these other people who are uploading the video, in case there are more than reactors. So that's another thing that dissuades people from even pirating the music videos in the first place on YouTube. Why would you pirate it if it's gonna get copywritten and all the proceeds just go back to the main company? And us reactors know that. Like, we react because we like watching the music videos and talking to you guys about it, and just overall having a good time, you know, expressing how we feel about something we all love. We don't get money from the reactions. So the big companies like SM, YG, JYP, A Big Hit, they now figured that out and realized that, wait, why wouldn't we want having these reactors react to our music videos and basically be free advertising? So one, they are going to be talking about the videos before and after and starting discussions, and two, we're gonna get all the money from them anyway. So it's not like they're losing out from people who could just watch the music video anyway. And it's a different take. So what it may be is we see a video that has so many theories in it, you know, some just crazy visuals going on, and we discuss it, and it ends up just making people think and want to go back to the actual original music video themselves and just watch it again and trying to figure out more things, and then start a discussion down in the comments section, and just grows this whole scene for that one video, where now people are getting curious, these videos are getting more views, and now people who never heard of these are just gonna watch it as well and get sucked into this. Now that, I think, is what really kind of like annoys me, is if we aren't getting any money from it and we're just doing it because we love it, then why is Japan just outright blocking the videos? I feel like they should kind of follow what Korea has been doing and get the money from the videos, but still leave them up. Don't block them. Let the exposure happen, so these, maybe some of your smaller groups that are actually from Japan, get more exposure and aren't just sitting there being blocked because now these big reactors can't even touch this, and it's almost like out of sight, out of mind. You don't even know some of these groups exist that may be exactly your taste of music. And yes, it's to protect their image. It's supposed to be protecting their IP. It's supposed to keep everything safe and that we know where the intellectual property came from, and to give rightful credit. And that I understand. If there was some permission, they could even make it so you would just have to put the name of the original video in the description below, and they would still take the money, and I'd be okay with that, as long as I had a way to just post my thoughts up out there. And I get it, they're just really, really protective of their IP.
But sweetheart, you know I only did this to protect you. Why are you acting this way?
Haven't you thought that maybe you've been protecting me too much? You're not letting me explore the world. You're just keeping me in this single nation.
You don't know what's best for you, I do!
These are just some of my thoughts. I just wanted to get them out. At the end, Japan can do what they want with their copyright, but you guys at Japan and the copyright companies, you have to realize that if you do let reactors react to your music videos without having them fear blocking of the video or strikes on their channel, that the views on your groups and the views just in general and the followers that your groups get are definitely gonna grow, and maybe even have a chance to spread to an international audience. Look at Korea. We have K-Cons now. We have different sort of events that are happening in America and the rest of the Western world because of the exposure. And I'm not saying that reactors are the end-all reason for the exposure, but it definitely doesn't hurt, and I'm pretty sure it definitely helps. Yeah, anyway, that's just me rambling at 12:18 a.m., so I just wanted to get my thoughts out there. It's kind of been stewing in my head, and I felt like instead of just keeping it all bottled up, I'd at least explain it to you guys and see what you guys think. Am I being unreasonable with this, or do my points even have a little bit of sense? You know, I feel like I'm not too crazy with this. I'm not just being an emotional wreck about it, even though I want to react more to just make everybody happy. Definitely let me know your thoughts down below. I really would like to actually take the time and read your comments and see, you know, what else is different and how easy it would be to actually react to these videos, or if you feel the same way. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please leave a like and let me know your thoughts down below, and until next time, peace.